have another Instant Pot video for you guys. It has been a minute and a half since I have filmed an Instant Pot video. I'm super excited to be making one for you guys today and to be back in my kitchen cooking. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make marinara in your Instant Pot from scratch. I did my first garden ever this year in my little, right in my backyard, and I have so many tomatoes. And I kind of messed up a little bit because they don't really taste that good. They're like super gritty and like mealy. So if anybody could teach me how to make tomatoes better, I would really appreciate it. So I figured what better way to use these all up than to make them into sauce. And I've tested 2 batches out of this recipe so far, and it is pretty good if I do say so myself. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit that red subscribe button down below, and make sure you give this video a big thumbs up if you want to see more Instant Pot recipes. Let's get started. I'm back with my prepped ingredients. I have 1 large yellow onion diced, 8 cloves of garlic minced, which is basically like a whole bulb of garlic, and I have 10 chopped tomatoes. So first you're gonna turn your Instant Pot to saute, which I can't even see. By the way, the Instant Pot I am using is the Lux 6 quart. Okay, so I think this is hot enough. God, I really just can't see. What's it say? Oh, it says hot. I'm gonna add in our onions. And I'm just gonna water saute these, but feel free to saute in olive oil if you guys prefer that. And since I'm water sauteing, I'm just gonna add in a tablespoon of water if it starts sticking to the bottom. Oh, it smells so good. I'm gonna add a tablespoon of water to prevent it from sticking on the bottom. That's better. Alright, so my onions and garlic's looking real good. I'm gonna go ahead and add in my tomatoes. So I added in about 6 cups of chopped tomatoes. Next, I'm adding 1/2 teaspoon red pepper flake, 2 teaspoons of dried oregano, some black pepper, 1/2 cup of fresh basil. And you don't have to add any water or anything because the tomatoes have so much moisture content that if you add any water, it's just gonna like make it way too watery. So I'm just gonna give this a stir, pop the lid on, and then pressurize. Oh my god, I just splashed myself. Pop the lid on, set it to sealing. We're gonna turn off saute, so press cancel, and then we're gonna press manual for 10 minutes. And when it's done, we're gonna do a natural release. So I'll see you guys when the timer's up. Okay, so it has been 15 minutes and I just heard the pressure release, so I'm gonna go ahead and take off the lid. Oh, wow. And I'm gonna go ahead and give that a stir, and it is super watery right off the bat. Set this to saute so we can cook off some of the excess water. So press cancel and then saute. And while that is coming back to a boil, I'm gonna add 3 tablespoons of tomato paste. I'm also gonna be putting this in the blender so it's not like extremely chunky, but you could just use an immersion blender, which I really need to get. I don't have one yet. But yeah, you could just use an immersion blender and like blend it up right in your Instant Pot. I'm just gonna let this simmer until more of the water is boiled up, and then I'm gonna put it in my blender and I will show you guys the finished result. So it has been a little over 10 minutes since I've been in saute, so I'm gonna press cancel. You need to stir it constantly so it doesn't burn on the bottom. It has thickened up quite a bit and the flavor is like way more condensed. Once this cools down a little bit, I'm gonna blend it up in my blender and then I'm gonna serve it on some pasta. I am so hungry, I cannot wait. All right, you guys, well, here is the finished product. This recipe makes 6 cups of marinara sauce. And I made some pasta here, topped it with some Parmesan cheese, which I have a recipe for on my channel as well. I'll link that down below. And yeah, this sauce is just super simple. It's really easy to make. Before I go, I want to show you guys a variation of this recipe. You can add lentils or like fake ground beef and make this like a Bolognese sauce, adding some more like protein into your dish. So stay tuned for that. So the first thing you're going to do is put it on saute and wait for that to heat up. Alright, now that our Instant Pot has heated up, I'm going to go ahead and start adding in the vegetables. First, I'm going to be adding in 1 small onion diced. It's about 3/4 of a cup. 2 large cloves of garlic, which is like 2 tablespoons. 1 cup of shredded carrots. Again, I'm just water sauteing this, but you can totally saute in vegetable oil if you'd like. So I'm just gonna stir this around and let them soften up a little bit, bring out the flavor. And if it starts to stick, you can add a splash of water. Oh, I almost forgot. I'm also gonna add, this is 2 celery sticks, about 1/2 cup. Yeah. Next, we are adding in this 24-ounce jar of tomato sauce, marinara sauce that I made at the beginning of this video. Next, I'm going to add in 1 cup of red lentils that I rinsed off really well. Just sort of break those up a little bit. And lastly, I'm going to add in 1 cup of water. I'm going to add in some salt, maybe 1/4 teaspoon to 1/2 teaspoon. We are just going to pop the lid on. Make sure your valve here is set to sealing. Press cancel on saute, and then we're going to press manual for 8 minutes. And when it's done, we're going to do a quick release so the lentils aren't too mushy. Okay, so my timer just went off. I'm going to do a quick release. Pop off the lid. And I'm going to stir in 2 heaping tablespoons of tomato paste. And season it with salt and pepper to taste. Alright, well, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Go follow me on Instagram. My username is _. I am always posting like what I eat and like new recipes on my stories, so make sure you guys go check that out. And make sure you subscribe before you go. I will see you guys next time.